Right then guys, how's it going and welcome back to another fantasy football video. Game week 9 is over now. I did okay. I didn't think I was having a great weekend until the Sunday night when things got a little bit better for me. But in general, a bit of a middle of the road week for me. Be sure to let me know down below how you did this week, what you're planning on doing for next week. And before we take a look at my team, let's take a quick look at our league. So as you can see here, I did get a green arrow just about. I think I was 175th in the league. Now I'm up to 155th, so 20 places isn't loads, but in a week where I didn't think I'd done that well, a little green arrow is definitely better than a red one. You can see here I've got 65 points, 556 overall. Just over 20 points behind 50th place. So, you know, it is still close. Remember, if you haven't joined my league yet, I will put the code above my head. The link will be in the description. So be sure to jump in if you haven't already. We'll take a scroll up here. Angela's Ashes, 87 points. That is a good week. Let's keep going up. Can anyone beat 87? Yes. Winston Warriors, 92. Wow. That is a big week. And number 1 is Klopp No Flop again. Still top of the leaderboard with 78 points, 651 overall. That is 34 points ahead of second place. That is not bad going at all. Let's take a look at his 78 points when it loads. 78 points. McCarthy with a 7, Chilwell with a 7, Concert with an 8, Robertson with a 12. I mean, that is not a bad defensive display. I know Lampert, he got a -1, but I mean, McCarthy, he conceded a goal, but he made so many saves. He made 8 saves and got 3 bonus. It's as good as a clean sheet, better than a clean sheet. I mean, Chilwell is becoming a very popular man. Son kept Son and Kane in this week, and I mean, it's worked for him with a nice 10 points there, and a Calvert-Lewin captain. I don't know how popular that was this week, but it was certainly worth doing with 2 goals for him and a 3 bonus. So yeah, well done to you, mate. Be sure to join the league if you haven't already. Let's take a look at how I did. So here we go. 65 points. I did make 2 transfers. The average was 55. So as I say, I did get above the average. My overall rank 310,000, which I don't think is bad going out of 7.5 million. As I say, not the greatest week, but when you get any green arrow, I think you need to take it. Defensively for me as well, you know, I think that's one of the things that saved me a little bit. McCarthy in net, 7 points. Very happy. Kilman got 2. It was actually Wolves against Southampton. It was 0-0 up until the 75th minute. I could have been into the 70s if that had stayed 0-0. It didn't, but at least McCarthy got a few. Masuaku, 7 points, West Ham, clean sheets. Earling against the Arsenal, clean sheet. He was the man I brought in instead of Mo Salah. Not too bad after all. Disappointing in Sterling. Man City just aren't clicking at the moment. Fernandes, captain, 22 points. Calvert-Lewin, 2 goals, 13 points. Kane, 4 points. And the 3 Aston Villa players I've not mentioned yet. Shameful. It was not Aston Villa's week. Was it again? 2-1 loss against Brighton. So the 2 substitutes that I brought in this week was Callum Wilson for Watkins. Callum Wilson didn't play. So technically, that is 2 points better off from making that transfer. And my other transfer was Son for Fernandes. Son got 10 points, Fernandes got 11. So overall, my 2 substitutes got me 3 extra points. But every little helps. And well, this is the thing, could I have got more if I'd kept Son in? Because I took Son out on the decision that Fernandes would be captain this week. He was captain and he got his goal, he got his 3 bonus. If I'd left Son in, who would I have gone for captain? It could have well been Calvert-Lewin taking on Fulham. So he would have got even more points that way. But you know what? I made the choice to take Son out for Fernandes, for captain, and it worked. If I'd brought Fernandes in as captain and he didn't score while Son did, that would have been an error. But as it stands, it's not too bad. I've had a bit of a think about my team. Obviously, I've only got 1 sub to use now. Is Salah going to be back for this week? There's a lot of questions going on, and I'm going to try and answer a few of them. So without making any changes, this is what my team looks like right now. And I've got to say, I'm not overly impressed. I think the fact that defensively, McCarthy against Man U, Kilman against Arsenal, I know they haven't scored in the last 2 games, but still, Masuaku taking on target. I'm asking for a 0-0 in that game basically, except for the fact that I also have Grealish and Watkins. So I've got 2 attacking players against one of my defenders, so that all just isn't great. Salah is even going to be back. Sterling, Man City. I've got a good string of fixtures coming up, but it just isn't working. Should Sterling be my captain? Start of the season, haven't seen nothing. If you told me, Rob, game week 10, Man City versus Burnley, I would have put Sterling captain in a heartbeat, but now I'm not so sure. Fernandes taking on Southampton. I mean, they just got past West Brom with a penalty. Is it going to be better against a good Southampton side? Up front, Calvert-Lewin at home against Leeds. I've put him in as my captain at the moment. Is that where it should stay? And then I've got Harry Kane, who got an assist against Man City. I did say Spurs' fixtures are tough at the minute. Man City, which they won 2-0. Now they're taking on Chelsea. I took Son out for Fernandes on the basis that, Spurs have got some tough fixtures coming up. Should I take Kane out as well? Or have Spurs just shown us against Man City that they can do it against those teams and we should be leaving those players in? It's not easy. I feel like I've got a tough week ahead of me, and now with just 1 transfer, I need to make it count. But what do I do? That's the thing. If we'll take a look at the actual fixtures, okay, so as I say, Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Leicester, Wolves. As much as they did beat Man City, I'm still along the lines of it's going to be tough for Harry Kane to get 2 goals, 3 goals in those games. And as much as I took Son out and left Kane in, do I take Kane out? And I think a lot of people are now doing that and are turning to Jamie Vardy because of the Leicester fixtures that are coming through. Fulham, Sheffield United, Brighton, and then it does turn Everton, Tottenham, Man U, Crystal Palace. But as a captain choice, to take Kane out for Vardy, I don't think is too bad at all. And another team who, believe it or not, whose fixtures aren't too bad are Newcastle United. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, West Brom, Leeds, Fulham. Again, it's all on the basis of whether Callum Wilson's fit. I could even look at the option of taking Kane out, putting Wilson back in, and then using those extra funds to maybe upgrade elsewhere. Other players to consider: Jota from Liverpool. Obviously, he's looking really good at the minute, especially when Liverpool haven't got a huge amount of choice in their team. 6.6 million, I think he's got 4 goals in 4 games. He's a person people are moving for. Again, I don't think I would change Salah, Grealish, Fernandes or Sterling for him, but that comes into the option of downgrade Kane, upgrade Stevens, bring Jota in, play 5 in the midfield. But if I'm going to do that, I could, if I'm going to downgrade Kane, I could upgrade Stevens even higher to Mane or someone. So Jota's not really on my radar at the moment, particularly for this team. I think he does look good. Again, it's when Salah is fit, when these players are coming back fit, is he going to be playing week in, week out? And I can't deal with the stress of wondering. I've seen people are moving for Man City players. Again, I don't think it's a bad shout. As much as they did concede against Spurs, it's Harry Kane and Son who have looked great. You know, Burnley, Fulham, Man U, West Brom. You know, those fixtures, you'd like to think they're going to keep some clean sheets. For me, it's just not the way I've worked this season. I've gone cheap and cheerful and hope for the best, and so far it's kind of done me okay. Masuaku and Ayling clean sheets with McCarthy 7-pointer. You know, they all cost 4.5 million, and they've all done me, you know, better than a 5.5 Man City player would have done me this weekend. You know, is that the long-term strategy? That's the way I'm working. Is it the right one for you? I don't know. I've got a lot of people in that Aston Villa basket, which worries me. Don't get me wrong, it does. It seemed like a good shout at the time over the international break when Wilson was going down in price, Watkins was going up in price, Target was going up in price. We need them to turn it around against West Ham, but they do have some good fixtures, and as I say, I took Wilson out. Watkins got 2 points, so that's a transfer that's 2 points better off. If Wilson comes back now and scores a hat-trick, I'll be wishing I'd never done it. But Aston Villa striker versus Newcastle striker, I mean, I'm the Newcastle fan and we looked hopeless against Chelsea. Do I think Watkins can score more than Wilson? I think it's going to be about the same, to be honest. Watkins was 0.5 million cheaper, so if I can use that somewhere as well. So let me know if I had to make a decision right now. I think I would just put Vardy in for Kane. Shall I just hold? Shall I just leave it? Can Kane score against Chelsea? Probably. He takes the penalties. Who's more likely to score though? Vardy versus Fulham or Kane versus Chelsea? And again, if you look at the fixtures, Chelsea, Arsenal, Crystal Palace. Leicester is Fulham, Sheffield United, Brighton. You know, you'd put your money on Vardy getting more there. I don't want to do it because it's bound to go wrong, but when you look at it like that, you think, surely that's the right move to make. Providing I keep a bit of money back when things start, if things start to get a bit tougher for Leicester, still tough for Spurs, maybe I can bring in another striker. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. Drop a like on the video and subscribe as always. I want to know what you're doing with your team, if you've got any tips for my team. And my prediction video will be out tomorrow night as well, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. Alright, thanks for watching as always, and I'll catch you later.